After learning that Feliciano could miss up to 12 weeks, Brandon Beane and the Buffalo Bills knew they had to find some sort of replacement, and they did just that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to another free agency edition of Billievers Talk. I know it's August, I know, but here we are still signing some free agents. We saw 2 yesterday, and we get another one today. Before we talk about that, however, guys, I want to remind everyone, if you're not already subscribed to Billievers Talk, be sure to hit that subscribe button for continual breaking Buffalo Bills news. We are less than 45 days away from the start of the season. Training camp's here. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, you want to hit that notification bell. YouTube will notify you when we put out new content. While you're here, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular signing, and also like this video. Even if you hate the signing, that's not my fault. I am just bringing you the news. And the news today is that the Buffalo Bills have found a replacement for Jon Feliciano. We learned about Jon Feliciano getting injured just over the weekend, needing that surgery, so he's going to be out for 8 to 12 weeks. So the Buffalo Bills needed to address that, and that's what Brandon Beane and the Buffalo Bills did today. Today, the Buffalo Bills signed guard Brian Winters, formerly of the New Jersey Jets. The same day we found out about Jon Feliciano's injury, that was the same day we found out that the Jets had cut ties with Brian Winters. So Brian Winters, this would be his 8th season in the league, was a 3rd round draft pick by the New Jersey Jets in 2013, 29 years of age. And the good news is, and we all know how much Coach McDermott and Brandon Beane like this word, we have a little bit of versatility on the offensive line with this guy. Had the same thing with Jon Feliciano. The first 2 years in the league for Brian Winters, he started at left guard for the New Jersey Jets, and now he moved to right guard. So he spent the last 4 seasons, 2015 to 2019, at right guard. So he has played both positions, so that kind of opens up some holes for the Buffalo Bills, that if they needed him to step into another role, he could definitely do that. And I think this might answer the question as far as Cody Ford, right? There was a lot of people asking, does Cody Ford stay at the tackle position, or with the loss of Jon Feliciano, do they move him into guard? Well, signing a guy who's made plenty of starts in his career. In fact, in 2018, he played in 100% of the New Jersey Jets snaps. So obviously he can play. He's meant to last. Now, last year he did suffer an injury, and as he gets older, that might become more of a concern. He had to have shoulder surgery last year, so the Jets in November put him on IR. But even with that happening, he still played in over 50% of the New Jersey Jets offensive snaps. So he definitely can play every down in the NFL. Definitely can keep him in there, and he can definitely be a solid guy to replace Jon Feliciano. And to be honest, I think this is a pretty good signing. Again, I'm trying to look at this thing half full. I mean, losing Jon Feliciano hurt a lot, but remember where Jon Feliciano came from. He came from Oakland, and when the Buffalo Bills signed him, we were all thinking the same thing about Jon Feliciano that we now are about Brian Winters. Okay, decent signing, should do all right, maybe a backup role, maybe he would be good to have on the sidelines as someone who could be filled in at multiple offensive line positions. And right now, that's what we're thinking about Brian Winters. But what if he surprises us? What if he surpasses expectations? Let's be honest, playing for the New Jersey Jets over the past few seasons hasn't really gotten the best talent out of their players. It's been shown on the field. And so maybe going to a different scenery, right? Maybe getting a different scenery, getting different coaches, playing for a team that's a lot of people's favorite to win the AFC East might give him a little bit of an edge. And while we talk about edge, we've seen Bill Belichick make moves like this all the time. Sign a guy that's from a division rival, get some inside information about Adam Gase, that coaching staff, how they run things on the offense, what they are teaching Sam Darnold, yada, yada, yada. And to be honest, that might be another huge benefit to this signing that maybe not so many people are thinking about. I mean, think about all the ex-Buffalo Bills players that Bill Belichick signed for the New England Patriots, right? He brought them in there, and again, they weren't the greatest players, right? You talk about Chris Hogan, you talk about Gillislee, you talk about a couple of those type of name guys, and he brought them in there. They were productive while they were in New England, and then they shined a little bit. But it wasn't just that. They gave him some inside information about what's going on with Rex Ryan back when he was the head coach, going to maybe even back in the day with Chad Gailey. You talk about Doug Marone, I can't think of names right now, just all those different guys, and so it gives the competition a little bit of a leg up. Obviously, the Jets are going to change some things around, but they can't change everything. We're less than a month away from the start of the regular season, so they have to take that into account. They have to be able to realize that, hey, we can't change everything just because the Buffalo Bills signed this one guy, but the Buffalo Bills can use that to their advantage. So even if Brian Winters does not make this team, if he doesn't make the roster, which another good point, which I made in my last video about the free agents, is due to the injury last year, Winters should come at a pretty reasonable price for a starting left guard / right guard, right? And again, I say starting because he was a starter for the Jets in 2018, was a starter for the Jets in 2019 till the injury to his shoulder, but he could come at a pretty cheap price due to that injury, and so the Buffalo Bills could use him to help with the salary cap situation, right? Jon Feliciano, this would be the last year of his contract. There's no real ties there, and the second year of his contract was very team-friendly to begin with. So you look at Jon Feliciano, and I know a lot of Bills fans don't want to hear this, but the Bills can move on from Jon Feliciano if Brian Winters can do a good job filling in for him now at the guard position. Now, again, this does not necessarily guarantee that Winters will be playing guard, will be starting at guard. This means there could be a competition there. We have some guys that could step up in training camp, show his coaching staff what they can do, and maybe they'll step into the guard position. But right now, you gotta like Brian Winters' chances. He has such a good chance as anybody. And again, I think there's plenty of positives from this move, even if he doesn't pan out for the Buffalo Bills. Again, it should be a friendly contract situation, again, going into future years where we're not exactly sure what's going to happen with the salary cap, but we can't imagine it taking, going up. It's either going to go down or stay where it's at. And for the information that he could give us on the New Jersey Jets, a team that he's played for 7 seasons, so he kind of knows the culture there, what's going on. Not saying we need it, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to have it. And so we have that. On top of that, now we have a replacement potentially for Jon Feliciano. So again, I think this is a good signing Brian Winters, 29 years old. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Played 100% of the snaps in 2018, so just 2 years removed from being the full-time starter with the Jets. Is coming off that shoulder injury, had to have shoulder surgery last year, so that could be a little bit of a concern, but I'm not too worried about that. He was due to become a free agent in 2021, as I look at my notes here, but was cut on August 2nd. Like I said, the same day we found out about the Jon Feliciano injury was the day we found out that Brian Winters was dropped or cut by the New Jersey Jets. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you like this move? And if you don't, tell me why. But again, thank you guys for joining me on this breaking news edition of Billievers Talk, where we keep you up to date on every single free agent signing by the Buffalo Bills. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like this video, and leave a comment. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.